Whew. Hey y'all, what's going on? Okay. Don't stop December, y'all. Listen, today seems to be the hardest day to come in on the 18th. 18 days. And do the Don't Stop December today, y'all, because my stomach is just, I'm battling this stomach, honey. Just cramps and every motherfucking thing. Anywho, so y'all, I want to talk about, oh, let me say this. This lipstick is Strawbella by, wait a minute, Poodle Assassin Cosmetics. Y'all remember I did the Strawbella? I still love and live for it. They got the one called Dominatrix and all of that. But this is Strawbella. Yeah, is it? Yeah, Strawbella. Because I done already used up 2 tubes already. Y'all, if y'all heard snoring, my husband's over there sleeping down. So anywho, y'all, let's get into this shit. Now, we're gonna talk a bit of this and a bit of that, okay? And I'm thinking, no, I better, so in case tomorrow's rough, maybe I should just go ahead and go into just do the American Horror Story. Because I was going to talk about the American Horror Story and the Mob Wives and the Sorority Sisters, because I will be reviewing that. And plus, y'all, they do not want that motherfucking show on, honey. People that wrote and want the damn people to stop working with them and done took their ads down and shit, and Hallmark and Blistex. Not that I've seen a lot of Blistex commercials or whatever. I'm kind of leaning this way with that. You know, when I think about it, how is it any different from the Love and Hip Hop hoes? I don't know if it's because they done kind of irritated the damn Greek life. I ain't even gonna get into that because I don't, you know what I'm saying? That just ain't my get down. I just don't need the, no. I don't need the group of people, but you know what I'm saying? If that's your get down, do that. I'm just not with the Greek shit, to each his own. But I'm wondering if that's the reason. Is it not the fact they hiding behind, oh, it's ratchet, but it's so much more ratchet shit on VH1. Is it just the fact that they're talking about the Greek life and this and that and other? Now, the people that I know that are in sororities or whatever have said that this is nothing like, you know what I'm saying, what they subscribe to, you know what I'm saying, their Greek life and this and that and other, and they feel like they really portraying it the wrong way. So in my opinion, I really think it's the people that are in sororities, the ladies are like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do these whores, you know what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, they saying their truth and how they feel. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit of ratchet or whatever, cause y'all know who's involved in the shit. Expect that. Anywho, so y'all keep trying to get him to get on his damn side, and he won't. He just won't. So he's just gonna snore down, babe, baby, babe, babe, babe. Yeah, he snores down, and if he's on his side, it's not as bad. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, Lord, don't let him go to sleep before I do. I'll be like, oh, woo, oh, Jesus. Anywho, y'all, let's get into the American Horror Story. We 4 minutes in, and I haven't said anything about it. Okay. Last night watching the American Horror Story had me so fucking sad. It was gruesome as hell, but it had me so sad. You know what I mean? Like, oh, God, that shit had me so sad. It just, it depressed me so bad. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it be this motherfucking depressing. You know what I mean? It was just so sad to me. Now, basically, here we are, and we on here. And we know from last week the pussy handband is locked up and all of that. He's in jail. Now, when they wake up, and we just gonna kind of start there with when they wake up and the one is dead, the one that looks like the female with the little hair on the top. He died. Apparently, whatever they are, they usually only live to be 40, and he died of a stroke in his sleep. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I just can't take it. You know what I mean? Like, can't a motherfucker have just that little bit of happiness? So he passed away, and of course the lady was so upset and this and that and other. They all trying to console her. And this is when this all happens, it's like the body's in there and she's like over it. They telling her, the tall one says, well, honey, if you don't do something and she ain't trying to leave, that body's going to start stinking, okay? So, you know, that's when, you know, she don't want him to leave and this and that and other. And then we have this one scene where the three titty, you know, Miss Angela Bassett, three titties, she's in there reading her the book and this and that and other, and it's just so solemn and sad and all of that. And why they keep that baby in a gown the whole damn time, both of them. Anywho, so she, you know, is reading, and then somebody comes. She says, well, I gotta go because I gotta start the show. This baby then went off, done clocked this and that and other, then threw things around, but she's sad. Her heart is broken. You know, she leaves out of there and goes on. Now, when she threw the shit around, she looked at her like, okay, now get this shit up. You know what I mean? Treating her regular, like, okay, I understand where you come from, but you gonna get this shit up now, damn it. Okay. So then she goes in where Elsa is, and Elsa's kind of sitting there, and she's sad too, and talks about the situation, and Elsa begins to go into the story of the chick, you know, how she came about them, and Mama T. Okay, Elsa says that she talks about how she was first on the clown shit, and you know, she was kind of with the circus and this and that and other as a dancing girl, but she wasn't gonna never get, you know, up front and this and that and other like she should be. As she's walking on, she trips one of the other chicks, and she goes on to say that I know I'm not gonna have anything until I have my own shit. Ain't no, you know, no money to be made. So she goes on, the next thing you know, you see her carrying this fossil ass motherfucking knitted bag, and she's doing her regular strut. Now, y'all, have y'all checked the way they be beating the fuck out of her face when they go back to they be beating the shit out of her face. That bitch is just giving mug, just mug. You know, just serving mug, honey. You know, giving you whatever you need. So she goes and she runs across. She's going to go check on something. And she sees the girl sitting in there. Now, the girl's 18 while she's in there, but her mind, you know, is really young. And she goes in there and plays with her a little bit. And she takes, you know, she says they normally don't keep them. You know, they would only take a child. So she's like, well, she's 18 and her mind's this way. And I was trying to adopt her, but they was like, well, she 18. You just walk out with her. You know, and I'm like, shady motherfucking boots. So anybody could come in there and get her. So she walks out with her, you know, and this is when I realized that if it's any that she loves, it's her. And if y'all remember when that two-headed man was there, he seen them and he was like, this is nothing but innocent right here. You know, when he came and come to get his souls and shit before he took the clown. Anywho, so she takes her and she brings her back, and they show her on the stage and doing her little stuff and this and that and other. And she was like, instantly they liked her, but she noticed something else was wrong. Her woman shit was kicking in or whatever, and she's brushing this dog's head, you know. And so she says, you know, she strikes out again. And this is when they having a show, and she said, yeah, that's what it is. They having a show, and then this Indian guy who's really being kept, but really he got all his money, and he comes in with Marble T. And with him, and this and that and other. She realizes that she wants her. He's talking in his language, saying, no, she's my most precious, and this and that and other. She gets the motherfucking wooden legs up, honey, and walks over. You know, pops open a bottle of Dr. Pepper and offers it to him. Next thing you know, he's carrying the motherfucking cases out. And by the way, did y'all see that he walked in with Mama T on a motherfucking leash? This some bullshit. And y'all, again, I'm sorry about the snowing, honey. Anywho, oh, my little ear cuff thing came off, y'all. I've been battling with this thing all day. Oh, Lord. Ain't that cute, though? It just kind of goes on your ear like that. Like so, and just kind of hangs. You can bring it forward a little bit. Anywho, so, okay. She gets Mama T, takes a little thing out for her. And this is going to be Tink. So we just gonna call her Tink. Because Tink that broke my heart on this shit. Tink got somebody to hold. Now she's thinking she got her all together and this and that and other. Now you know she was given away by her sister. Dirty bitch. We're gonna get into that. Okay. So now she got Mama T. She taking care of Mama T. And she's like the mama and this and that and other. Mama T's giving that smile, honey, and everything. And everybody's good. Okay, but then one time she's holding Mama T because she looks over and somebody's kissing. Now she realized, well, I guess that pussy done got hot, honey, and she want her a little bit of that, bald-headed string, bald-headed piece of her dick. I'm just saying. So she's like, she wrote everywhere to every little, place that would maybe have someone like her. Finally, they found somebody. Brought him in. Next thing you know, we was twirling around and they was getting married. And I'm like, do they even know what to do? What the hell? Has anybody had this talk with this baby? But she seemed to be ready, honey. They did not ready, but just happy that they seen each other, whatever. So things is going well. And she explains that and tells it, and everything's so happy and this and that and other. Then it goes back to her as she's talking about it, and they drinking and shit. And Angela Bassett, 3 titty bitch, she's kind of like, what day? And it's like, she really needs to go back. She deserves to go back to her family. She's lost everybody. You know what I mean? Like all of this hurt and this pain. And I'm trying to understand because basically what it is, Miss Honeycabbage don't know that she is just being lied to and fooled by Russell Editon with his Ari ass bitch. Ooh, I wanted to cut his ass. Okay. She don't know, so she thinking she going out to be this motherfucking star and somebody needs to be her and I don't want to just leave her. She's just innocent and without sin and all of these things. Miss Honey with the 3 titties like, well, she deserves, she deserves that. Okay, now we're going to go off of that. Next, after we go off of that, because what else happened? Oh, y'all, in the beginning, when he was dead and that motherfucker said, you can't take time to do that. And he's like, she's like, I have to give him a proper funeral for her. And this, that, and other. He's like, let me take care of it. You don't need all of this. That motherfucker went and cut that damn Tink male's head off. And I was like, Russell, bitch, I'm coming for your ass, bitch. Y'all was in here like, motherfucker. She done been through all of this. You done chopped, just sawing and shit, and then I'm thinking these motherfuckers that write the damn American Horror Story, you motherfuckers is morbid as hell. And I guess I'm even worse because I'm watching the shit. I'm somewhere torn between and motherfucker and yeah, I'm just having every fucking emotion. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is this, honey? I was like, oh Lord, I'm on too much of a roller coaster, honey. They done wore me out with this bullshit. So okay, now, at one point, the 3 titty bitch, her and Theo Huxtable comes in and they want their fortune read by Miss Honey Fortune. She's like kind of drinking, got her flask, and she's hitting, because the pussy head man's in there, honey, and she need to get him out. Okay. You thinking she gonna read their future and this and that and other old girl's happy? This bitch gonna say some shit like, well, in the end, it ain't gonna really be that way. Ain't gonna be no white picket fence. And she just being a hating ass bitch. I'm thinking old girl gonna slap her with at least a half a nipple or something, hit that bitch with one of them titties or something. And then they show how he seen her and she had them 3 titties and he was like, he was so in love and this and that and other. And then that takes me to the part where, you know, it was yet again, it was kind of touching when she was like talking to old dude who's gay boyfriend or gay worker or whoever he was dating. Because he's trying to act like he ain't gay, knowing that he is fucking gay, honey. Well, you know, ever since his boo got killed, because apparently he ain't gay no more, whatever. She's like, you deserve to be happy. I deserve that. He's like, give me a chance. And she's like, no. You know, she wants to go on and go with Theo and do whatever they gonna do. You know what I mean? Try to get 3 babies and feed all 3 of them at one time, honey. You know, whatever she gonna do with them titties and that oversized thing. Anywho, so he's still fucked up. Meanwhile, old girl somewhere still drinking, getting on the Ferris wheel and this and that and other, going round and round and round. The Claw is in the damn jail and Russell Eddington comes to him and it's telling him and this and that and other what he need to do. So basically he gonna get rid of his hands and oh Lord, y'all, I just can't. Oh, it's too much. It's too much, y'all. When them man these dams, y'all know it's slow down when you let the. I think it's trifling when you let the damn shit chip and then you know it's gone and you need to get it. When you get a chip, it's trying to wipe. Y'all, just one of my pet peeves. Anywho, so he's somewhere in there. Meanwhile, Miss Honeycabbage that read the future and this and that and other, she done went into the room or whatever, and there is the 2-headed bitches, and they trying to get their money that they had so that they could be sliced in half. The blonde was talking to her, but the one with the black hair is like, you know, just reading her in her head like, you know what, I just want to hit this bitch. I'm gonna hit this bitch. That's not, seriously. And this is the conversation, you know what I'm saying? And this is where it couldn't be me. With that extra motherfucking head. You know, because I'll be like, bitch, what you mean I can't hit it? Bitch, I got full control over 80% of our body, bitch. I will hit her and then slap your own face. She's like, I want to hit her. And I'm thinking, she's like, I'm going to hit this bitch. Ooh, I want to hit her. I'm going to hit this bitch. And she going to shut up. And finally, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, she ain't no motherfucking good, this, that, and other. She don't want to see about him and all of that. She just being mean, honey. Finally, the dark-haired one, you know, the one that wanted him and he rejected her once she took her good lingerie off, honey, and showed all 4 of them titties and that one pussy, honey. She was like, hey, get him out and help him. I'm like, old girl's like, these bitches just sacrificed their separation money, bitch. You sitting there drinking and feeling sorry for yourself and knowing that you're a part of all this bullshit. And then when old girl with the 3 titties confronts you and says, you know, why did you do that, this and that and other? You made up a lie. Then you go on to say, you know, allude to, you might know about, you know, girls like, you know what? Since y'all came, people have been disappearing. And she's like, but if I find out you got something to do with it, bitch, I'm going to kill you. Now, bitch, you know she'll do it because y'all done already tarred and feathered the motherfucking tattoo face, bitch. It's daddy. So this bitch is feeling some kind of way, which I'm trying to understand. Why did you wait and get a conscience now, bitch? You was going to let him mold the whole motherfucking freak show tent people down. Before you say anything, let my boutique get thrown in the damn formaldehyde or whatever the fuck. Bitch. Now, and how do we know that the baby had a stroke? That motherfucking Russell Eddington probably strangled his ass. I might have missed that, y'all. He might have strangled his ass and that shit ain't came up yet. You motherfucking Rocket Mountain bitch. I couldn't think of nothing else to call him. Anywho, and I don't know what be over here, y'all, but it's like I got my own playback over here. Anywho, this bitch is like, look, I need you. Now, when she got with her after they had their argument, this is when they have this conversation when old girl's trying to cook and she was like, well, I ain't really learning. She's like, I ain't quite figured out what the 3 titty bitch, what I'm going to do with this information I have yet. Don't be trying to suck up to me. She's like, I need to talk to you over here. They go over there. And she's like, I want to show you something. Instead of just verbally saying it, because I'm sure she thinking this bitch is going to kill her right now if she say it. Now, let's pause there and go to Elsa. As she leaves and goes to this motherfucking bitch's house that's supposed to be the sister and take Tink there. This bitch talking about she couldn't keep but she want to have kids. How in the fuck, Elsa, could you be like you love that baby and leave her with this drunken whore? I'm trying to understand. Anywho, the baby, she ended up saying you need to take care of her. She's like, but I don't know my husband and I guess I don't know. And she's drinking and she's like, no, you need to do it. Like basically what it boiled down to, she need to do it. Tink's over there crying. Old girl said, let me get up and go make up some kind of couch bed. And that's when Elsa's saying it's time to go. Oh, that baby was like, stay. And I was like, oh. I'm too motherfucking emotional right now for this bullshit. Yeah, I was just, oh Lord, I'm serious, y'all. Just, it was a wreck. And I'm like, oh my God. How could this wooden leg bitch leave Tink there? And then it was like Elsa was getting ready to cry, and I'm like, oh Lord, y'all, I'm feeling a little, y'all see me getting a little bit clamped in here. I'm telling y'all, it was all over the place. Elsa's getting that way, and she's like, kissed her, and she said, whenever you put this in your hand. And she leaves her there. She's there, gonna happen to pull babies along. Anywho, y'all, I'm just, see what I'm saying? I can't. Oh, that's a new lash. Okay, well, that might keep me from being. Anywho, so we have that. And then she's there for a little while, I guess. And the next thing, you see what I want to talk about. You see the sister at the motherfucking asylum. So here we go. Yet again, some shit that runs the thread to each other. Who would ever thought we was gonna see Miss Honey, the nurse. She's in that not the nurse, the motherfucking sick nun bitch. She's in that motherfucker. The sisters in there talking about this happened and I was 50, didn't think, and I had the baby. The baby was fucked up. Didn't want to see it. The husband can't stand the baby. Of course, Tink gonna take care of the baby. She got Tink getting her drinks and this and that and other. And the husband hates Tink and the baby and talking about, and it's that ugly ass baby and her ugly ass smelling and she too dumb to know how to wash diapers. And I'm like, okay, this is when I want to step through the TV and beat the fuck out of them. Like real talk. And I'm like, oh Lord. Then it goes, she's telling her all of what happened when they seen the baby. The nuns writing this shit down, and she's morbid than a motherfucker anyway. And okay, then they get to this part where old girl wants to go out. She got a red dress on, and he's like, what's going on with you? And he's like, no, you keep dancing around like it, and y'all, I'm just paraphrasing, dancing around like it ain't shit. But you honey, something needs to be done. And then he comes up with how we could get, he finds out that she feels the same way. She can't stand neither one of them. Bitch. So then he's like, well, what if we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Now this bitch excludes this. We see what's happening as she's telling this lie to the damn nun. He takes his ass to the house. She gone somewhere, supposedly. And goes in the room, and y'all, excuse me. When he had that knife, I swear, I was like, Lord, if he stabbed Tink, it's on. It's on in this motherfucker. I'ma find a way. to figure out how the fuck to get with the damn writers. It's on. Because I can't take this. I'd have been through too much with Tink. Tink done been through so much shit, you motherfuckers. Anywho, that's why I'm just saying. So, I'm thinking he's going to stab her, but he pushes her back and stabs and kills the baby. And then makes it seem like she killed the baby. Then the sister's telling the nun's crying. They dragging Tink out. She's playing the role. Tink's crying and looking like you motherfuckers. Lord Jesus, now Tink's in the asylum. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, electric shock and everything else. I'm just pissed. Because it didn't went too motherfucking far. Lord, and I'm like, oh Jesus. And then they show her beating her head on the thing. And oh Lord, y'all, I've been through too much of this episode. This one was a lot. Okay, so the nun's like, I ain't gonna feel sorry for you. How would you feel if I did this? And we're gonna deep clean you and this and that and other and yada yada yada. And then she gets up and steps in the light and Tink's crying and says something and she's like, oh no, she's crying and she's like, is that remorse? Okay, she hugs her like, okay, here's redemption. You know, I got something special for you. So Tink ends up in this library putting up books. And then she runs across a book with Elsa on that motherfucker. And I'm somewhere thinking, where the fuck is Elsa? It's on. I want to beat that bitch in her face with both of her motherfucking wooden ass mahogany legs. Anywho, Lord, Tink, y'all. Nothing but misery. Anywho. But I guess they saying something, you know what I'm saying? Like I always, I'm always looking for some undertone shit. And, some people are in the worst kind of conditions, but they don't complain. The smallest thing makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, people who are in better, I don't know, y'all. I'm just not, it's just a little too deep for me. Let's move forward. Before I be on this motherfucker crank. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm fighting back the tears now. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Okay. So, Lord, the baby's in there. Now. I really just want to go to this part and then call it. Okay. And if I missed some stuff, y'all forgive me. Because this one was just, I don't know, honey. This one just pulled on my heart, baby. And I just, woo. Okay. So, old girl, the fortune telling bitch, and 3 Titty bitch, which 3 Titty knows by now that there ain't gonna be no show. Elsa don't know about this shit, and this and that and other. They have to go out of town. She takes her to the place where he been taking the bodies. Plus, she talked about how she met him. When she was stealing this and that and other, he took care of her. He never tried to have sex with her, nothing, bitch, cause you ain't got what he want. He's not trying to bump pocketbooks. For real. No, honey, he's trying to click clack nuts. I'm just saying. Anywho, so when they go in and she sees Ma Petite and she's like, oh, sweet Jesus. See her in there. Then, she's like, oh my God. And I'm thinking she gonna beat the brakes off this bitch. Because, bitch, you could have saved their lives. She looks over and sees Tink's husband's head. And then, this is when the shit gets real. Because the shit just came in. The motherfucking claw hands is in that motherfucker. And that bitch dropped like, oh, my pussy ain't gonna have no claws. That's how the bitch went down. And you could almost hear every bitch in that gown and go, oh, Lord, what am I do? And I'm like, Lord, they didn't cut his hands off, but I thought he was still in jail. Y'all, this shit that got too motherfucking deep for me. Elsa don't know, but honey, I believe Elsa gonna rain down on his ass. He got a motherfucking coming, and I can't wait until he get it. And then, did y'all see the dude that was the orderly in there? Wasn't he from was it the asylum or the first one? I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me, but this was just too much going on. And I may have left some shit out. They just done hurt me so bad with Tink. I just can't take it. Y'all add the shit in. You know, sorry y'all had to hear the damn snoring. I'm telling y'all, it took all of me to make this damn video today because of the way I'm feeling right now. But I had to, and it's Don't Stop December. So I am going to talk about, this is long already, so I am going to talk about the mob wives and the sorority sisters. I'm just going to do them separate so that I can make sure that I still have, you know, I could have something to talk about every day. But sometimes I don't want to be too deep. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to kind of keep it going. And this and that and other. Especially these next few days, honey. I'm telling you. Anywho, let me just say this really, really quick. I don't know. Well, I'm going to wait until I get the rest of the information about the blackout and the whole thing. I'm going to wait for the YouTube. Y'all just, I'm going to wait. Y'all. Oh, y'all. I want to go off and read motherfuckers that's on my Facebook page. I don't know who the fuck did it, but I posted a picture of this one. It was a meme. And it didn't even show the ass crack of the bitch. It was the side of her ass and her cheeks. But motherfuckers, so y'all, I have 24 hours in Facebook jail. I can't. I can't. And then already, y'all. It's like motherfuckers waiting. You know, it could have been a motherfucking elbow or shoulder or something, a bitch waiting. This is inappropriate. I've never seen an ass or pussy or dick before. Well, bitch, what are you? Ugh. Anywho, let's move forward. I don't even know why I talked about that. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to it's possibly gonna be 2 videos tomorrow. I'm gonna run those 2 videos together because I really want to get back to my, you know, finish doing all my helper sisters and advice shit out and finish that. So y'all just bear with me and just, you know, I hope y'all don't be too upset with this video, you know, and all that. Remember, if you have something you want me to talk about, email me muchlovefromky@gmail.com. You know, I ain't gonna be able to answer you for 24 hours on the Facebook page. You know, my Instagram is Much Love from Nina. My Twitter is Much Love from Nina, as well as the Much Love page is Much Love from Nina. And y'all, why did I have to write them motherfuckers at Instagram? I understand what y'all was doing, but bitch, I ain't been on there long, honey, and I don't have any idea to what a motherfucker spam or none of y'all know. I haven't been on Instagram that long, and I'm like, how the fuck you gonna take my what? And I'm like, I understood what everybody was saying. I had to write some people and be like, what the fuck? So what they saying? You know what I mean? I don't know. Because I haven't been on Instagram that long, y'all. And, you know, but I did find out that some people, you know, had some of their followers, their number count went down. You know, a few people. I'm sure it was a few thousand people or whatever. I don't know, honey. I had to get with them. You know, and they was like, well, we gonna take care of that and this and that and the other. You're not the only one. And I'm like, how you gonna ass rape me for my motherfucking, you know, my loves? What? And I understood finally what they were saying, because I kept seeing memes of them showing one person who had a child, had 1 million and some people taking off of theirs. And I'm like, well, why is people making fun of that? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really know. You know, but I had to write them. I was like, you know, and, you know, they let me know. And it was some other people who said, well, you know, I didn't have, you know, it's like I got caught up in it. And they did let me know that it was an error and that they were going to fix it. But I'm like, every motherfucker, I don't even know how the fuck you do that shit. Like, so if a person I don't know, y'all. Let me get out here, honey, because I'm never going to understand it. But I know they better get it motherfucking done, honey. And I was like, why is everybody... You know, people was doing these memes, and I'm like, well, what is it about? You know what I mean? What? You know, and I'm like, well, shit, it ain't like I had 1 million motherfuckers. I mean, you know what I mean? Y'all know I've been doing Instagram, and I'm like, but I did have a few thousand. I mean, over 10, you got me fucked up. Child, I was looking on people, and people was like, Lord, they got me for 1,000. Lord, they got me for 3. I'm like, what? You know, and I know that some people it needs, I don't know that they needed to be taking people's followers or doing whatever they was doing. I don't know, y'all. Anywho, y'all, I'm just going on now. I'm gonna get off of here, but they did, let me know that they were gonna fix the problem. And then they said that Mace took his shit down because he took his Instagram down and his Twitter. I'm like, what? Child, y'all know I'm late. I don't know nothing about all that, but since I started doing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so the fuck? And I'm posting a little bit more now, but y'all, that motherfucker was sitting over there forever and I ain't putting nothing on that shit. But anywho, y'all, I'm out of her. I'm just going on. I'll be back in here tomorrow, hopefully a little bit more chipper or whatever, honey. I'm off to drink a glass of Midol, my ladies, and then follow that up with a shot of pampering, okay? I am up off of here, y'all. I will be back in here tomorrow if the Lord is willing. I gotta pay it today, honey. I gotta pay it. Much love.